So all I'm doing now is that I'm not necessarily calculating, but I'm blocking the pieces away, and I'm opening up for my pieces to attack the king. Yes, nonsense and analysis.
Yes, Watu. Here we are again.
Absolutely.
What are we looking at today?
Well, today we're looking at a very nice attacking game. Actually, it became a miniature, and I think it's it can be a very nice instructive game in terms of how to attack, and possibly, if you are defending these positions, what you should not allow your opponent possibly to do. I think it can be a very instructive game.
Okay. Sounds good. It's always nice to look at a miniature. So let's see if we can shed some light in the position.
There we go.
So let's go to the board.
Yes. So this actually came from round 5, and it was in the league. It was played. It's one of the games that were sent to us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sending the game. It was played between Classic Park against Crossroads. And let's have a look.
Okay.
So Tando Hlakula was playing with white against Harrison
Nazim, yes. Okay, so let's see.
Yes.
We have a French on the board. D3, okay.
Yeah. What do you think about C6?
Well, C6 looks a bit passive or slow. White, of course, is not grabbing the center, so he's playing a King's Indian attack. And usually, black needs to grab more space on the queen side. White is not putting any pressure on D5, so additionally, black will expand a bit with C5. C6, I'm not sure what black is going for with this one. So to me, it just seems a bit slow. I haven't seen this before.
Same here. So it could be the culprit. Possible that maybe black wasn't sort of familiar with the position and possibly wanted to steer into something familiar. But so that's what I think.
Okay, let's see. Knight F3. He captures.
Yeah, capturing I also dislike, because when you capture, you are changing the position. But as always, it is said that if you are going to alter the position, alter it at least to your advantage. Now, d takes e4, the bishop is open. The bishop can get out. The d file, of course, is open, but it seems to us that the first person that can control the d file will be white, because you have the bishop is difficult to develop, and so I think that taking is definitely misguided.
Yeah. And you mean, of course, this guy over there, that's a bit difficult for black also to get out.
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's see. So Knight F6. White decides to continue in this King's Indian attack fashion. Knight B7, castle. And white grabs the opportunity to push forward with e5. Always when the pawn lands on e5 and you kick away this knight on f6, kind of signals an opportunity to look at the king side. So removing this key defender of h7. And white builds some momentum, knight e4. It's the bishop. Black doesn't want to part with the dark squares, so he plays bishop e7 back. And Tando is just hitting with every move, basically. c4 kicks the knight. The knight in turn just nudges the c4 pawn, and queen e2 played. Queen c7, and black is very boxed in over here at the moment. So the c6 move again, showing a bit of the downside eventually. Black doesn't have a lot of space to work with. White finishes the development, of course, protects this important e5 pawn. Yeah, very nice.
And he's got a pattern going, because the bishop is attacking the queen by x-ray.
Aha.
Yeah.
Very important to spot.
Yes.
Okay, so it's worth also noting that, okay, at the moment, black hasn't passed the third rank. So he cannot put white under any pressure at the moment, but he goes rook d8. Okay, putting the rook on the open file, maybe vacating the f8 square for maybe some defensive work.
Yes.
White plays a very natural rook a to d1. Knight to c5 was played. And maybe black was a bit lulled here into a bit of a light sleep with knight c5. If he knew what was going to happen, maybe instead knight f8 or something, trying to defend the king a bit.
That looks more solid, no?
Yes. Of course, knight c5, if there's no danger, if you don't see any danger, knight c5 looks reasonable. But white now comes up with a very nice move, thinking about this pattern that you have pointed out here, Watu, and he takes this opportunity and plays the beautiful knight f6 check.
Yes. Difficult to capture this knight.
Yeah, very risky. I mean, okay, black played king h8, but if we think about it, taking on f6, white already automatically is going to get his piece back with this.
Let's say bishop d6.
Ooh, he's got bishop d6 though, but
the king is weak. No?
King is a very exposed. There's a mating pattern over there. G7. What shall we do? I mean, knight g5 also looks juicy. We have rook takes d6 as an idea also. What's the killer move here?
I would go for rook. You know, the reason why if we count the number of pieces that white has on the king side, or potentially to attack on the king side, okay, the pawn on f6 also plays a very important role.
Yes.
So the point is that, look, black doesn't have many pieces that are defending. So you wouldn't mind, and the bishop on d6 is one of the defenders that black has. So somehow I don't mind. It's not necessarily even a sacrifice, more like a trade. To trade, because my rook on d1 is not necessarily doing anything per se, right? But the bishop on d6 is doing defensive work. So let's say I play rook takes d6 as a trade. Then now I play knight e5. I block. So knight e5 so that you don't play e5, because if you play e5, you get your bishop and your knight can go to e6. So all I'm doing now is that I'm not necessarily calculating, but I'm blocking the pieces away, and I'm opening up for my pieces to attack the king. I've got queen g4, and right, so it looks
very nice. Yeah, all of black's pieces are, again, if you cut the board in half, black has nobody on this side.
Nothing.
Yeah, so that looks pretty clear over there. It looks nice. So black doesn't go in for this. He goes king h8.
Now the king has got only one square, the one it is one.
Yes. So
the rule is that you look for a check. No?
Exactly. And the white leaps forward, knight g5, and these knights are just plaguing black. Yes, nightmare. Yes, it's a nightmare. Yeah. Question is, can black wake up from it? Bishop f8 protects f7.
Yeah.
And okay, h7 is already hanging, but white finds a beautiful way to continue. Rook takes rook, forcing queen takes. And you are not waking up. You are going to sleep.
Absolutely.
So, very nice finish there. I just flowed there.
Yeah.
It was one way for white over here. Yeah. Very nice attack. Well, nicely spotted over there. Knight f6 by Tando. Tough game there for Nazim. I'm sure Nazim has a lot more in him over there, but his setup was just a bit too slow.
Yes.
Allowed white too much and gave him a free hand to do whatever he wanted to. So black, of course, needs to at least challenge white in the center or take more space and keep white busy. So, yes, very nice game to have in the league for Tando over there. Well done. And that's our miniature for the day.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's all the nonsense we have for the day, Watu.
Yes, that's all the nonsense we have for today.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you for the next one. Cheers.